across to Ambassador Veena Sikri. Ambassador Veena Sikri, then the other big question that's staring at one and all is the fact that it's Asim Munir who is the key mediator in these talks right now, and whether his closeness to Iran and the IRGC, can create a trust deficit and undermine the US in these negotiations.
Well, I think first thing to recognize is that the trust deficit seems to be coming from within USA, because today all the write-ups within USA are the ones who are warning President Trump about why is he depending so much on Field Marshal Asim Munir, because there are many reasons. One is, of course, what you mentioned, but there are many other reasons why there is a question mark on this. And in fact, the talk in the USA is that after Asim Munir left Tehran, he was headed to the USA and he wanted actually a direct meeting with President Trump, but this was not given. And so he turned back and then has had this telephonic conversation with President Trump. But let's look at the facts on the ground. I think this is very significant that we do know that 3 days ago, the foreign minister of Iran did make an announcement that from now on the Strait of Hormuz is going to be open. Of course, under the rules and regulations of the Port and Maritime Authority of Iran, but he did make that announcement, and obviously it was made as part of a deal that had been negotiated perhaps by Field Marshal Asim Munir, because he was in Tehran at the time. So then suddenly we got another announcement saying, no, the Strait of Hormuz is now closed, stating that it is being closed because the deal was to open the Strait of Hormuz in exchange for the lifting of the US naval blockade. And since the lifting of the US naval blockade did not happen, so the first part of it was also being withdrawn. Now, this is a very clear fact that the question is, was such a deal negotiated? Did the Americans not keep their part of the bargain? All these questions have come in the mind because Foreign Minister of Iran did make that announcement 3 days ago, and then it was withdrawn, clearly citing the naval blockade. And I think that we all recognize that a naval blockade in any country, anywhere in the world, is considered an act of war. And so I would expect that as part of the deal, the naval blockade should be lifted. And I think that, even today, Field Marshal Asim Munir, as you've said quite rightly, he is citing this. He's saying that because the naval blockade was not lifted, so the whole deal has fallen through. And now Iran is not prepared to go to Islamabad for the second round of negotiations because they have been disappointed so many times. Even the JCPOA was abrogated. Then we had talks last year in June, which didn't result in anything. We had talks this year in February, being mediated by the foreign minister of Oman, who said that there had been a breakthrough, but then that was not reciprocated. And now, then again, in 21 days on April 11th, 21 hours on April 11th, we know that the talks were very close to a conclusion, but according to the Iranian delegation, then the maximalist demands coming in made a problem. So this time around, it looks very unlikely that the talks will take place.
Very unlikely the talks will take place.